Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little bit different. You can probably see I'm in sportswear because it's going to be all about how to stay fit while traveling. This is something I get asked about a lot, and if you guys are interested in information about traveling or business or living full-time on the road, definitely make sure you subscribe to this channel because there's a ton of information about it, and I have a new video every week, Tuesday at 6 p.m. So, how do I stay fit while traveling? We eat out for both lunch and dinner, so that is a lot of calories, and so staying fit is quite a big part of our process, and moving country every kind of 3 weeks to 3 months can be a real challenge if you want to stay fit. So the first thing that I want to say is that it's much easier when you're in a country for a little bit longer. If you're moving like every week or so, it gets infinitely harder, but it is still possible. So the number one easiest thing that I think is to follow YouTube videos. So I'll include links to a few down below that I particularly like, but if you do things like Fitness Blender, they're a really good American couple who do equipment-free workouts that you can just do like in your hotel room. And also the Body Coach, who is British, he does a lot of equipment-free workouts, and the thing that I like about those is that they're quite often like 30-40 minutes long, and they're fully guided, so the coach is doing it with you and you can just follow along. It's not like trying to follow a plan off of a PDF or something like that where you're kind of on your own. You've got them there like a personal trainer. It's like you're doing a proper gym class, and you don't need any equipment. The one piece of equipment that I do travel with is resistance bands. So I have a whole set. They're all like different difficultynesses, like stretchiness, and I find them really useful because they're so small, so light, and they work the same as weights, so it makes your workout a lot more difficult. So for example, I could just do this like a million times. This is really easy, but if you have your hand in a resistance band and then your foot in it at the bottom, then suddenly it's like, oh, really difficult. So resistance bands are so good for being an alternative to weights if the workouts that you're doing on YouTube or just from your own inventive mind are too easy and you feel like you need weights but you don't want to join a gym, or you can't because some gyms only take you in like 6-month subscriptions. Resistance bands are amazing for fixing that problem. The other thing that I try and do is, if I'm somewhere for a little bit longer, I will normally find a dance class that I can go to. Dance may not be your particular hobby, but whatever hobby you have that is sport related, if you're somewhere for a month or a couple of months, then I would definitely recommend finding a swimming pool or an athletics track or whatever it is that you love. It's such a much more fun way to work out than just kind of gym sessions, although I know some people love that. If you're into running, that's perfect because you can do that anywhere in the world, but it's not something that I like, so that's not going to be in my fitness advice video because I'm not a runner. But swimming is a really good one for me, and quite often we're in countries like Thailand or something where you have a swimming pool in your apartment. Obviously not in your apartment, but you know, in the building. So I love swimming as a way to stay fit. It feels like, oh, I'm on holiday, I'm going for a swim, but then I'll swim lengths up and down, like, you know, quite seriously, and that is really good exercise. I did a lot of swimming to get in shape for my wedding. Another one that's really good is just walking. I always try and do 10,000 steps a day, but I often do 20,000 if I'm out being a tourist, exploring places. Obviously, one of the things about being a nomad is that we hardly ever have transport. So we obviously don't have a car. Occasionally in Thailand we'll have a moped, and of course we can use like Uber or taxis or public transport. But I really try and walk places because for me it's so win-win. You get to like see the city, you can see the big sites, but you can also just see like the local side of things and get really kind of granular and get a real feel for what the country is like that you're living in. So I love to walk places. Sometimes we hire bikes, like in Holland, obviously that's the thing you have to do. We hired bikes there, and that was really great. So on a weekend we could cycle somewhere further away and check out a different area of the country. And then finally, my current favourite thing is actually an app called Gixo. This is not sponsored by them, I just discovered it from someone's Instagram story. It's a startup in San Francisco, and I'll include some like screen share of it here, but basically it's like you're in a gym class or like you have a personal trainer in that it's kind of live streamed. So you join a class and you sign up in advance. So you're like, oh, I'm going to do the 3 p.m. abs class. And then when you show up, there's an actual instructor live with like headphones on who is kind of coaching you, and you can turn on the camera on your phone so that they can see you. So it's like you're in a virtual workout classroom. So they'll be saying like, okay, we're going to do 5 squats and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they're like counting it, and then they'll be like, Louise, I can see that, you know, your butt's not high enough, make sure you're tensing those abs. And it's really cool because they can like interact with you. And when I first started, it felt a little bit cringe because you're just like alone in your bedroom and they are like sat at a computer with headphones on talking to you. But after a while, I found it so good, and that is my primary method of working out at the moment, because for me it has that benefit of having signed up for a class. So the YouTube videos, I quite often find the whole day has gone past and I haven't worked out because there's no like deadline. Whereas with the Gixo classes, you sign up for the 3 p.m. and then like, yeah, you could just not show up and no one will care, but you kind of feel like you have to go because you've signed up. So it just gives that extra element for me of it being like a formalized class that you have to go to. And then it's really cool that the coach is there and they start to know you after a while. The app seems pretty new, so there's quite often only like 3 or 4 other people in the class. I've actually had one class where I was the only person, and that was great because he adapted the whole class to me. Like, it was all totally customized, which was awesome. So they have a free trial and then you pay per month and it's just unlimited classes. So I believe I have a discount code which I'll put in the description, so if you sign up then you get a discount and I get some money back as well, which is super cool. But it's not sponsored, that's just an affiliate program that they offer to anyone, like a refer a friend type of situation. So if you want to try it out, they do a free trial, so have a look in the description and try them out. I am doing Gixo classes almost every day at the moment because they're only 15 minutes long. So I normally do back-to-back like 2 or 3. So you can do 15 minutes of abs and then 15 minutes of full body, or they also do running ones if you're into running, which as we know I'm not. It's like an hour and they have music and they talk to you and you run wherever you want to run, and they kind of go with you. So I think it's a really cool solution for people like me who are traveling and who can't always go along to a gym class. But for me, gym classes are the best way to work out because I get competitive with the other people. I feel like the coach is like watching me and I have to do well, and also I have that time commitment of I have to show up because I've signed up for the class. So I'm doing Gixo workouts almost every day, and when I was doing YouTube workouts I found that often days would go by without me actually doing it. So those are my Nomad fitness tips. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and have an amazing week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!